What's up YouTube? It's King Vita here, and I'm back with another review. This time, I'm reviewing the SH Figuarts Imperialdramon Paladin Mode. So, there is Imperialdramon in his Paladin Mode. So before anything, we'll take a quick look at the packaging, as always. So there is Imperialdramon Paladin Mode. There's the front of the box, right there. It says Imperialdramon Paladin Mode, SH Figuarts, Digimon 02. Come around the top, it says Imperialdramon. Get a nice picture of Imperialdramon right there. SH Figuarts. Come around the side of the packaging, you have Imperialdramon right there. On the other side, Imperialdramon. On the back, you got your obligatory product shot. There's Imperialdramon. He can do this, he can do that, he can do this, he can do all that stuff. And that is a very cool picture of Imperialdramon. So, there you have that. Bonk. So there is Imperialdramon. Right there. And he does look really cool. He looks very cool. Let me move this over here. This way. Come down there. There you are. There you go. So there is Imperialdramon in his Paladin mode. Now right off the bat, I gotta say, this looks really good. This seems very, very good. Very nice figure. Come on the back. Let me plug this off. I'm not going to show that yet. Bonk. Very cool figure. Let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. There he is. Got the nice red eyes on his chest. Got his waist. Got his Wolverine claw looking things on both hands. And they even actually molded in his claws on his feet as well. And that spiky thing on the back of his feet as well. Very cool. Even the spikes on his back too. Very cool. Very nice attention to detail. And that gem on his forehead too. Now, for articulation, his head is on a ball joint. Okay? He can do everything a ball joint head could do. His arms could do a full 360. If you move the wings, because this will crash, this pointy thing will crash against the wings. His arms can do a complete full 360. And these do pop off like that. Yeah, but that's not to worry. You could just pop them back on. And speaking of these actually move as well to accommodate the hand movement. His arms can, like I said, do a full 360. They can go, they're double jointed, and they are in a ball joint. So let me pop this off. Pop this off. Pop this on. So they can move up and down. And they can go outward that far. They do swivel as well. The elbows can go that far forward. And like I said, the elbows have a swivel as well. And the hands can also move. They can rotate. Okay? So there's that. He does have a waist movement. His tail also moves as well. His tail is on a ball joint. His waist movements. Okay? And he has an ab crunch right here. Okay? There's that. His legs, his thighs can rotate like that. They can go forward that far. There you go. They can go forward that far. Can go back, very squeaky, that far. They swivel as well. The knee, he has a double jointed knee. So he can bend all the way up there. Well over 90 degrees. And his feet pivot. So this guy has a lot of articulation. Quite a bit. Quite a bit articulation. Very nice. Now, with that, for accessories, he comes with quite a bit of accessories. Come on, stand. Stand, man. Stand. Stand. Please, pretty, please stand. Okay, good. For accessories, he comes with 2 extra hands. Now, the way these hands are molded in is, notice that there's a hole right here. Let me zoom in there. Right there. Notice that there's a hole right there. And that is for weapons, as well as this one. See? There's a hole right through his hand. Now, the way that works is very simple. What you do in order to switch hands is you want to pull his hands off, which could be a pain in the... There you go. Pain in the butt. And see that there's a tiny ball joint here, which is kind of hilarious because they kind of did it backwards with this figure. Normally, you'd expect the ball joint to be on the hand itself. But instead they just, you know, made the hole, and the ball joint, they put it on the wrist itself. So that's pretty new. And you take the new one, take the new hand, and kind of and you push it back in with quite a bit of force, actually. There you go. Come on. Come on, there you go. And you have another new hand right there. So that's how that works. That is exactly how that works. There. Let me plop this off. And pop this one back on. Okay. Now, his tail is also on a, it's on a ball joint, but it's also on a tiny little peg right there. Come on. There you go. See that tiny little peg? That's how the tail works. That's actually how the tail works. So, and the tail kind of makes it articulated, so you can turn this around. Although the tail likes popping off when I move it. It goes around and it bends too. So it does that. Very squeaky tail, actually. Okay. There. Now, the reason why I switched the hands is because these hands were actually meant to hold his weapon, which would be, move that over here, his sword, right there. And this is Omnimon. It's Omnimon's sword right there. Again, I have no idea what this says. If anybody can read Digimon or Digilanguage, there it is. If you can read this, if you could definitely read this, post it in the comments below and tell me what that means. Tell me what that means, because I'm completely clueless. Yeah. So there is Omnimon. And honestly, he looks cool. I do like the, let me zoom in here. And let me move him out of the way because my camera can't focus. There you go. I do like that they molded in Omnimon's orb right here. Made it kind of greenish blue. Same thing on this side here. With his bluish stripes. And they go around right there. As you can see, they go around the side of the sword and connect to the other side. That's awesome. With the horns and everything. These here and here. Really cool. There's a handle. Now the way this works is, you see these hands that I put on him with the hole through, with the see-through. Okay? You want to, because this is made the way it's made, and there's this weird spiky thing on the bottom, it won't fit his hands. So what you want to do is pull this off, and you can see that this is a tiny little peg here, right there, that will peg in to that little hole right there, here in the middle. Now, what you want to do is you want to take this part here, because it won't fit through here because of the spikies, you want to feed it through the bottom, like that. Okay? And you want to take this part of the top of the sword. That was a fail. What I meant to do was this. There you go. I did it. Yay! That little hole that the sword left when I unpegged it, just plug it back. Voila. And there is Imperialdramon holding his sword. So you can whack some evil Digimon with it. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool idea for this figure. Now also, he does come with one more weapon. But, okay, you could use your imagination for this weapon. That's basically it. You can use your imagination for exactly for this weapon, because the toy sadly didn't come with it. But if you've actually seen the anime, more specifically Revenge of Diaboromon, the movie, you'll notice that his chest opens up, revealing a cannon. But there is no cannon. This toy didn't come with one. I have no idea why. But the way this works is using your imagination. See his chest? This face thing? I'll zoom in just to give it a better view of it. Okay. See this chest face looking thing with these red eyes and pointy mouth? The way this works, I'll keep the camera zoomed in so you can see, is this is on a double hinge. This top section here is on a double hinge. So what you want to do is you want to lift this up, actually lift it outward and up. Let me zoom in back out. This way and this way. So, okay, pull shit forward and lift it up. There you go. Now take this little bottom part here. If you want to, you can lift this a little up like that, covering his mouth. Take this part of the bottom lip and kind of plop it down. And you'll see that there's a tiny little port right there. Let me put it in the black part. See, there's a tiny little port right there on inside his chest. And that was definitely meant for the cannon. But unfortunately, I don't have the cannon. So I don't know. I don't know what that's for. But there's supposed to be something for it, because otherwise why wouldn't it have a port? That baffles me to this day. I've had this for a long time and I have no idea what that little peg is for. But again, you could use your imagination and make a cannon come out of here or something. Or somebody can actually make a cannon and plop it into this hole, this peg, tiny little peg here. Who knows? But there you go. That's how the mechanism works. Now to close it back up, it's the same process but backwards. Flip this up, there you go, and push this back down. And there you go. That's how his chest works. So, that's pretty much everything I can find for this guy. I would have liked... okay, here's the thing. I would have liked it if they've actually would have added more to this guy as far as paint schemes go. I get it, he's white with gold, but it would have been nice if they added more tones to his design. Like, they could have added some, you know, shadows here, shadows there, different kinds of paint schemes, maybe paint this a bit lighter to insinuate that there's light coming from him. Not from him, to him. Instead of painting this one solid color, they could have given him more tones to work with. As far as, like, you know, the range of blues and everything. For example, this would... Hang on, I'll be right back. I'll use Goku as an example here. Okay. Now, see how Goku's skin... Zoom in here. See how Goku's skin is different tones? Quit moving. It's different tones to insinuate there's shadow here. The light is hitting this part, so this part is lighter than this. See how there's many different tones of shadow, even on his clothes. See, there's orange going to really dark orange. Just different tones, different skin tones to work with. Not just one monotone color. That's what I wish that they would have definitely given him. Put this back down. There you go. Yeah, I definitely think he would have amazingly benefited from all of that, you know, tone, different tones. Even for the white, they could have added some gray, some parts grayish to make it shadow, or you know, there's light source. Again, a lot of these figures are very well made, but because I'm used to, you know, figures like the SH Figuarts line, which this is, by the way, this is actually from the SH Figuarts line, but, you know, I feel like they could have done more with this figure. I definitely feel like they could have... There you go. I definitely feel like they could have this figure would have been could have benefited from more paint schemes, tones, even the gold. The gold should have had some maybe brownish type to give it shadow instead of just one monotone color. I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong. This figure is really well painted, and I like it, but. Yeah, I just wish they could have done that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's all there is to it for this guy here. Now, for comparison, move over here. here he is with Omnimon. And he does seem bigger than Omnimon. Get these two in a frame. There you go. So there's that. Quit moving. There you go. Here he is next to Spider-Gwen. Okay. And finally, here he is next to Mr. Refractor. Thought I'd forget you. No. Yoink. Okay. So, should you buy this toy? Yes, definitely you should. If you're a Digimon fan, you definitely should buy this. This is a great figure to have in your collection. You know, if I didn't mention this, I'll mention this now. Be mindful, again, this toy is pointy. Very, very pointy. Here, right there, here as well. So again, even the sword is pointy. So if you have kids, this is very, very dangerous. You know, it's not sharp. This is not sharp at all. This is a toy, but it is pointy. So be mindful, again, if you have kids and they are interested in this, sure, get them. But again, be mindful. Be very careful if they decide to play with this over a period of time. They will. You know, I don't want anyone getting hurt. I don't want anyone getting hurt, and if you could avoid it, please do. In any way, shape, or form. I don't support hurt. We support kids, we support people, and we support human beings on this channel. Okay? Be very careful. Be very careful with this. But if you're just getting it for collection, you know, like me, to just stay there on the shelf, sure, this looks amazingly well. This looks amazingly well on the shelf, excuse me. And if it looks great on my shelf, it'll definitely look great on yours. Very cool. Very cool figure. And like I said, I totally recommend this. They do have this at Amazon. I think they might have this at Amazon. If you can't find it on Amazon, check eBay. You know, check all those places. I don't think Big Bad Toy Store sells Digimon toys. I could be wrong, but I have never seen Digimon toys on Big Bad Toy Store, as far to my knowledge. But if you could find it anywhere else, definitely, sure, pick him up. He is a very good, very, very good figure to have if you're a Digimon fan. If you're an extremely big Digimon fan like I am. No brainer. No brainer. Very cool. Especially the white and gold make him look royalty. I just think that's really cool. So, I think that pretty much covers this guy. So, there is SH Figuarts Imperialdramon Paladin Mode. And this King Vita saying, laters.